Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. This is the Megalomaniac map and our transport hub is really busy. Look at all the trains coming in and out. I think it works really well, but there has been yet more discussion on how to optimize this cargo hub even further, and I absolutely agree. Whether we're going to do it with this one or maybe leave it for another one, I think is an open question at the moment. But yes, so basically what you guys are saying is that there's another option here to make it even better, is having the lines run into one direction and then loop around back on the other direction, on the outbound movement, so you avoid the crossover altogether. So at the moment we're running a crossover where all of the trains have to come out, cross over to the other side and then go, right? But what we could do is we could, for instance, run these trains in on this side, okay, line up like the 4 lines, turn them around, get them in here, and then all of them merge and go out into this direction, into that one. So that basically, or into the outbound direction, the right hand track over there. So basically that will free up a lot of capacity on this, and then similarly on this one down here as well. We'll come in on this side, we'll have to probably loop around the airport and get back out that way. Something like that is a potential, but I'm not sure we're going to do it over here. It's not planned out properly. We're going to loop around the airport, all these kind of things. It's not obviously the end of the world, but I'm kind of thinking it's maybe a little bit of overkill at the moment, because we don't really need it. We're doing a decent job. There is some delays here. It could be better, as we've discussed, but yeah, it's kind of up to there. Okay, so at the moment we are running lines, and you guys are keep pointing it out that we are running lines like this one, for instance, over here, with a rate of 781, though we can at the max only produce 400 here. So really what we need to do is we need to update these trains to drop down the number of carriages. So at the moment we're doing pretty much 400 per train, right? 400 per train. So what are we? So we should probably half these, maybe 1 over half. So maybe 8 carriages per one. So let's manage these vehicles. I'm gonna go and replace the selected vehicles. We're gonna grab ourselves the electric vehicles. What are we using? We're using these guys. I'm assuming it's a reddish kind of color there. So let's go with that. And then in terms of the cargo wagons, it's going to be the stake cars over here. All right, that's what we're using. But instead of doing 15, we're only going to do like 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. So that's 104, as opposed to probably double that, or just under double that. Something like that. And then the question that then comes in is, do we actually need this bad boy over here? So if we go back to this guy is 140 kilometers an hour. That's 125. We potentially don't need to spend that much money on this guy. So let's take that one out and we'll use the RE44 instead, which should still have, hang on, what's this guy saying? That's going to be excellent on this one. This one is going to be only good. If we drop 1, 2, then it goes to excellent. So the question is, can we run it like this? I think good is good enough, right? Good is good enough. These other guys, much slower. Let's go with that. Let's go with the cargo wagons over here. We'll add 1, 2 of them. 104 capacity. We'll replace both of them. We're actually going to spend money on replacing them, which is quite interesting. Well, this is cheaper stuff, so it's quite weird. Okay, there we go. So both of them will be replaced. So now this guy's actually running almost full. So hopefully that saves us a lot of money, and hopefully you guys are much more comfortable with my line mathematics this time around. Look at this guy. Train coming in. Oh, it's not coming in full. Oh, I see. It's not coming in full. Anyway, so we potentially need to check that out on a lot of different things. That's moving in some stuff through there. Lots of money coming in. Picking up some construction materials. So what is this guy doing? This guy is running ALF CM. Really? What is that? Oh, only, okay, I see. So this is the new line. slowly starting to bring some stuff in. Okay, the other one that you guys are complaining big time about is this stone line over here. So let's quickly manage that vehicle. We'll replace that vehicle. I'm going to use very similar stuff here. So let's say electric vehicle. What are we running here? We're running this guy. Let's do that. We'll go back to this kind of white color over there. So we'll add that guy to it. And then instead of doing 21 gondolas, we're probably going to do, hang on, let's double check that for a minute. So let's do a bit of line maths right over there. So it can do up to 600, right? Currently this line is doing what? 1,000, almost 1,200, so half of it. So that's what it needs to be. So it needs to be like half of this. Okay, so back to that, manage this vehicle, go that, we're going to go with, replace that selected vehicle, we're going to go electric, we're going to do this guy, we're going to grab the white color, and then instead of doing 21, we're going to run like 11 of them. Cargo wagons, the gondolas over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'll just run 11 of them like that, and potentially, what we can do is, let's get rid of that guy. Let's go over here and see what else do we have. 90. This guy is cheaper and probably good enough. I think that's the case. There we go. So let's replace that guy. We're actually going to make money by doing that. So now we've got a new guy in here. Hopefully it's going to be obviously much shorter. Hopefully it's going to run us quite easily. Well, it quite easily does what it needs to do. So I'm hoping we can move so much more of this stone stuff going on over here. But of course, we don't just need stone. We need all kinds of other stuff to come in here as well. We are waiting on marble to arrive from the cargo hub that is being moved through the cargo hub. So where is that guy going? Is it this one? No, that's mainline construction materials, which is not quite what I'm after here. Is this it? This is the ALF one? Yeah, so we can double check what's our sizing on that one. But I'm not seeing any marble here. Here comes the marble. So the marble is really quite slow to arrive, I think. Oh, and it actually loaded. Nice, that's very good. But yeah, marble is slow to arrive over here. And I don't think it's the efficiency over here. It's just, it's got a long way to travel. It's got a long way to travel. Okay, the next thing I wanted to do with this cargo hub, and we're spending a lot of time on the cargo hub, but I find it so soothing to get this thing to work really, really well. What I just wanted to check, are we getting all the stuff that we need to get in here? Wow, very little fuel is actually making it in here. Let's quickly see our distribution of stuff here. Oh, what I wanted to do also is I want to keep trimming out these little roads. I don't want little roads on the main line of, oh, that's not what I had in mind. I actually messed that up. That was okay, let's quickly upgrade that just a little bit over here. Now that's I messed that up. There's a street modification tool to add tram tracks. Let's just do that. That should be able to fix the dilemma that we caused there. Got some new trucks coming in, little Isuzus, 80 kilometers an hour. Good, very good. Quite pricey though. What I wanted to see is what is happening with our distribution lines over here. So what is happening with these trucks? So this truck is running that way, back and forth, and then so we're not using this guy at all anymore. So really, the use of this, it becomes really useless to run it through there. So what I should rather do is I should pick up on this line instead. Come on, grab that guy. Pick up on that guy, and instead of going to pick up over there, you just go and pick up down over here. So let's manage this line, and instead of saying your stop number 5 is Chaos Grad East, we will rather say, well, actually guys, you're gonna go and pick up down here. Why am I? Oh, there it goes. Thank you. That's being picked up. So we'll remove that one altogether. So now it's not going to run in there. It's going to run through this area. Oh, quite interesting that it does. Yeah, well, that's just because where it's starting. But I'm happy to have the bulk of the stuff run on this main line over here. this big boulevard road over here is going to be the busy one, and then kind of run that through there. So that's going to be fine. Okay, that's good. Then what I want to do is I will delete this line altogether. So let's delete this line altogether. It's not going to be required anymore. Manage the line. We're just going to go ahead. Ooh, we probably need to manage the vehicles first. Manage the vehicles. Sell all of them. Okay, and get back to my lines here. Can I? Oh, I can click it over there. So we'll get this line and we'll manage the line, and we will delete that line. Perfect. So now it's cleaning things up a little bit over here. So hopefully things will move into Chaos Grad a little bit more easily from the massive hub that we've created over here. I am hoping that we can get more construction materials actually being produced over here. We should be able to get us to almost get us to a point where we can upgrade. We just need to transport a little bit more, and we are doing that basically. So we've got a lot of stuff stored here. So yeah, it should be okay. We should be able to move a little bit more. If I have a look at this line ever so quickly, what is our ability to move? 556, which I think for the time being is too much, but I'm going to leave that in place so that we can see how much we can effectively move. It's storing way more stone than obviously marble, but we should be able to. I don't quite get why we're not transporting more of this stuff. So why is it saying we're only transporting 64% of the stuff? We're not. I don't think we're losing any of it, are we? We're not getting that notification there that we're losing anything. So slowly, I'm assuming this should get better, unless it's a matter of we don't have enough train frequency over here. Wow, look at all of this. Wow, look at this. Jeez, that's busy. That is quite busy. What's going on with this line? Nice. And the main line should be making heaps more money now. We'll look at our finances. I think we just recently changed stuff out, so maybe that means that we're going to go back up there, but we're only going to spend around this much. I don't know, maybe not. We'll have to see how that goes. Okay, there we go. So the next thing I would like to bring in here is the food. So in order for us to bring food in here, I will need to make some kind of adjustment to this line, which is unfortunate. It's a pretty pricey bridge that we've built. Unless we do a little bit of a loop here. Let's see what can potentially work here. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced we can make it work. It's a bit tight. Wow, look at where that guy's decided to build his house. If we do, well, that just doesn't want to work. If we run it through there, that could actually work quite nicely. But all I'll need to do is I'm just going to get rid of some of these. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of what's going on over here though. But we'll leave it there. It adds character. If we can instead now try and tie this up in here. Too much curvature? Yeah, I'm not too sure why that's not too much. Oh, it is too much curvature. Yeah, so potentially that's. Yeah, it might not quite want to work, but really that would have been really cool if that could work. Let's try it from this side. It's saying collision at the moment. So at the moment I'm not sure we're using any of this. So let's get rid of that thing that's causing us a little bit of a collision here. And let's try this one out from here, yeah, that does really, it really doesn't want to do that. So if we bring it out, say something like that. There we go. It's at 44 though. So that's about the best we can do there. So at least that means that we have the ability to do that. Can we please make this a double switch? Yes, we can. There we go. I love myself a little bit of the double switches going on over here. So if we do that, that means we can really just, everybody should be able to make their move now. Double switch is a little slow here. We're going to get rid of that. That's not going to necessarily be used anymore. Excellent. I do like this funny shape that we've got going on over here. But what we're basically going to do is this guy is going to start moving over that way then. Yeah, okay. So that's cool. Now what we'll do is we're going to effectively change this line, manage this line. We're going to, instead of going to Megalomaniac sidings over there, so let's pause the game while we wait on that for a second. We're going to add a station over here. You are in fact going to come to our new station right here. Shall we get you to go to number 6 instead? Well, it's really doesn't really matter that much. Really doesn't matter that much. They're all pretty samey at the moment. They're all using. We should actually see which one of these are the busiest, take the longest to arrive, all these kind of things. For the time being, we'll just do that. So from now on, you will actually make your loop through there and run it out that way. I like it. It looks cool. That's a massive bridge, So the idea is now food will be moving over here. There's still food to be collected there, so we'll let that one run a little bit longer. Now food will be distributed directly on that side. And what we can get, oh, so that guy still runs up here. Okay, so that's the issue here. There are still train services that stops here. So this guy instead will now, let's manage the line. You, in fact, are not going to go there, but you are going to run. Well, the question is, do we run this one at all? Well, this one can now start bringing food to Megalomaniac instead from there. So it's going to run the opposite way. Okay, let's add this station. We're going to say, well, you can pick up your stuff over there and take it back. That's going to be just fine. We don't have anything else over there, so excellent. Do that. Okay, perfect. Hopefully that means you're heading to your new spot here. Okay, so food is now on this line as well. Whether we have anywhere near the kind of food line capacity that we would like to see, I have no idea. What's your status? Waiting for a free path? Really? Do you need... Oh, hang on. No, you can't possibly. Okay, so there's someone over there. Honestly, I think what we need to do to make this, to optimize this a little bit, is we need to provide one of these guys right over here. That's fine. Okay, you are running. So what is your potential rate here? Wow, 146. That's nothing. So we need to run way more on this stuff. Okay, let's manage these vehicles a little bit. So we'll go ahead and replace these vehicles. But anyway, maybe we should revamp what we're doing with this line altogether. Obviously, that is not an efficient way of moving stuff through here. How much do you have? You've got a little bit. Why are we struggling so much to get food over here? There's tons of food. Is there tons of food being created? We're not creating a lot of food here. But there's nothing stored either. So we're really just not providing enough of the grain. right? These trains are running kind of empty. No, they're not running empty. They're running full. Okay, I think we should revamp what we're doing with this stuff. How much is this thing creating for us? 300. At the maximum, it's creating 300. From 300, we can do 150 food. Okay, from this guy, we are creating 300. We're not transporting as much of it, so potentially we need multiple. We need at least an extra train on one of these lines. So on this line, okay, hang on. Mug grain. Oh, hang on. No, it's not stopping here. So mud grain has got the 1. Okay, let's manage the vehicle for this guy. Let's try and move. So what is, hang on. Mud grain. What is our rate on this guy? 172. So we need to double that. We need to double that so that we can run all of the stuff in here. Okay, so we're going to do that. So let's see. So the idea is that we run maybe just one extra train here. Okay, let's see. If we replace this guy, so we're running the BRE at the moment. That one is like 90 kilometers an hour. I'm thinking we switch over to the RE44 instead, because we're not doing that much. So let's do this. Let's go with that. We're going to go with the yellow for the grain. We'll grab this guy in there, and we will say wagons, please. Cargo. It's the gondola, right? Yes, the gondola yet again. So let's do, it's got 15 on there at the moment. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like that. It's still going to be good, but we need double that to run the 300 rates. But it'll run quicker, right? It'll run at 120 speed. So let's replace that guy, okay? And then I'm also interested in cloning it, okay? So we'll do that. So that should give us a rate at 390. I'm comfortable with having it a little bit more than the 300 that we're looking for. But that line maths there should mean that we're going to make use of most of the grain. Okay, so we'll leave that guy to do his thing now. Now, over here, let's have mug grain 2. This one is running a rate of 491, which is too much, to be honest. So I'm almost comfortable to just leave that guy doing its own thing, right? We just leave this guy to run. We don't necessarily replace it. It doesn't need to be much quicker than that. And then by doing this, we should now be able to get most of the stuff in that we're getting in there. Then we'll start looking at the other bits and pieces. Okay, interesting. That's our new train that's coming in. I do like this little section through there. Okay, we've done a fair bit of that. So we've got nothing else left on this line over here. Nothing is waiting. Nothing is ever going to use this again. We are running. We're not quite moving everything. But 400 is what we're producing. Why are we? Oh, because there's no demand for more than that, is there? It's only got a demand for 400. So we're moving everything that they potentially have a supply for. Shipment. I'm assuming shipment then means it's stuff that has got somewhere to go. There's a supply for it or a demand for it somewhere. That's the thing. Over here we are at full production. Everything is being moved. And I believe our trains that are running these things through should be running practically full. Right? Excellent. They're running full, which means they are now creating, well, much better finances over here. You guys have been telling me all along, huh? Much better finances running through there. A lot happening in this area, and they're all on the one. So what we need to do is let's manage the vehicles on this guy quickly. So if I'm saying let's do a replace of all these vehicles, we're currently using these guys, which is got a carrying capacity of 12. Can we see something with like a, ooh, look at that guy, a 17 capacity? That's going to be good. These are a little smaller, but they are Yeah, we're going to go with the man tarpaulins over here. Yeah, absolutely. Let's replace all of them. And I'm very tempted to run a little bit more on this. So what is our rate over here? So this is the interesting thing. So we've got a 404 rate. But if we look at this, guys, right over here, what are we looking for here? We've got 230 here, 200. So we already need more than that. We've also got the food in here now. We've got some tools in there now. So we need to like double that rate of dispatch over here. So let's go in here. We'll do this. We'll manage vehicles. We are going to, at the very least, clone a few of them. Clone like 6 of them. Okay, now with that in mind, let's see what our rate is looking like. No, this guy. Our rate is now at 580 or something. So let's see if that does the trick over there to move more stuff into Chaos Grad a little quicker. I think I'm quite happy with what we're doing with some of these now. This is not quite running full in either direction, so we probably have to trim back on this as well. What is our rate on this guy? 621, and I'm not too sure what the rate should be. What we're trying to aim for. We'll have to double check all the supply of construction materials and all the demand for this guy in order to really understand what that rate should be. But I'm slowly thinking that we are getting there. I don't want a lot of this stuff to get lost, so we need way more stuff on here. I'm going to add even more vehicles on this. Let's clone it again. I need way more stuff to be moved all the time. And then hopefully that means we're going to get a lot of stuff into Chaos Grad here, and Chaos Grad will really hit that 1,000 mark now. Okay, good. There's been some other discussions around extending this line over here, and I must say I'm not against it. It is a little bit of a loop there, so potentially what we can do. Oh, one of the things that I wanted to do a long time ago was actually do the alignment of this. So we'll build a new rail bridge that comes through here. So let's pause it right over there with no trains on that section. I'm not going to get rid of this because this section might become the line that goes out to the airport. We'll maybe get rid of some of that. But what we'll do is let's well, actually that means we can probably continue running the thing. But let's just get our initial piece out of here. So if we go with tracks, and to be honest, we probably need to upgrade all of this. What do we would like to do? Let's upgrade all of that. So let's upgrade till there, and now we'll try and yeah, we will have to get rid of some of this. I'll squeeze that back in, but what we just need to do is we just need to maybe run ourselves a little bit straighter out of here. Okay, maybe even a little more. Okay, and then we'll tie that in at say like 120, like that. I think that's just going to be fine. Something like that. Okay, now the issue now is we would like to go over the top here at a fairly decent rate, right? Yeah, that should be fine. We would like something like that as the quicker one of the two. Now I think it's up. Yeah, try and up it a little bit. There we go, and even more. Oh, we can't up it more than that. That's a little low actually. Okay, so let's try. Okay, you know what I'm going to try and do here instead? Let's try and run a straight bridge. I was hoping we could do something like that and still get ships underneath. Not that we necessarily need to run ships here, but we will need to. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run it a little bit further away. And now if we up it, we should be able to have a ship's clearance through there somewhere. It's not great because it's not straight shot there, but that's going to be a fine tie-in. What I am a little worried about is this tie-in over here. It's really close. And maybe it's not going to work to get us to with this. Okay, let's cancel that. And if we say do that, see this, if we do that, it's only like 90 kilometers an hour. We will need to run, we will need to try and run it maybe. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to reduce a little section through there. Going to see how I'm going to get about at least 150. Yeah, that's... So I'm going to try and run it through, say, there. Okay, maybe a little something like that instead. So if we do that, we do this kind of thing, and we do that, I believe, gets us a navigable section over there. It's really the issue is we're not quite deep enough on this side. Let's try it one more time. Let's get it a little deeper. So if we do something like that, and we try and get that. Oh, that's navigable. That should be navigable. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, we're going to go with that one. It might not be ideal in all senses, but it should be navigable. Now the question is, can we tie that in without losing the plot completely over here? I don't think we can. Let's trim this back. We can get it to like 150 out of here. Okay, so like 150 out of there. Come on. Let's do that. And then over here, only 100. Okay, let's trim that back. We'll try it one more time from here. That's only 100. Wow, that is really poor. Let's try. Can I trim this back? Let's trim that back over there. I think that could help us out a little. And if we tie that in like this, that's still only 100. I just can't get it to work, can I? That just is not quite on. I'm going to waste even more money on this. That will straight out into there. That's quite easy. But yeah, this thing. What is that saying? It's 50. 50. I don't. Honestly, don't know how we're going to get this to be even better. Like that curve there just doesn't want to work. Oh, now I built it. My goodness. We needed to do this, right? So like at 125, we're not on the angle that we need here. That's basically what we're saying. I don't think we're going to be able to sort that out unless we do a revamp of either this bridge yet again by moving it even further away, or doing that. I think it's going to be okay. Let's tie it in with as wide as we can, like 100. Is just going to be the cost of going around here. What we'll do is we will also continue to tie in. Let's trim it back. Continue to tie in over there. problem is if we continue to tie in into this direction here, we will then have to have a pretty tight tie-in over here, which I don't necessarily mind too much. Okay, so something like that is okay. Now let's run this thing through here at like top speed or something. And now I just want us to tie in, maybe instead of going, yeah, so instead of going around the corner here, so instead of doing that, we're just going to tie in straight over here. So that should now work, and we can, well, what I'll do is I will trim this out and we'll get ready to head towards the airport over there. I think that's generally the idea. So you should be able to find your way. Quite simply put, let's just put some stuff in here so that you can try and manage multiple vehicles on this section at the same time. Oh, I need to run that little piece of road there as well. I will do so, and what we'll do is we'll just place one there as well for good measure. There we go. So now you should be able to be okay. You are saying that you now can't. Oh, I think that's the road connection, to be very honest with you. Let's go back over there. We'll get ourselves a bit of a rural road here, and we'll just connect them up. I think this one, small country road, is the one that we're after. I'm just going to connect it like that, and there we go. Oh, there we go. You are sorted out. So now I finally put in place the little bridge there that I've been saying I will do for a long time. Now we've got the Boeing 737-100 is now available for us to start using. So that's good. We will start implementing some flights with that as soon as we can. I think, what is our speed at the moment? It's like a quarter speed. Can we, oh, this is the small one. I want to go over there. If we configure the other one, whoa, we configure this one over here. Can we add, no, we can't add a runway yet. I was thinking, how are we going to add a runway? Is there even bigger ones that we need to be building? This is the big one. This is the big one. So how can we, no, that's the small one. This is the big, oh, that's the big one, which we have. We have this one. But if we can't add a runway, that feels a little weird. Maybe later. Let's quickly pop into Chaos Grade over here and see, are we feeding it a little bit better now? Much more fuel coming in here. Food has dropped quite substantially. We're not getting food in here anymore. But there is food available here. Okay, food is being loaded. Food is being loaded. Okay, let's quickly go back to the other bits and pieces that we've done over here. How's Berlin doing? Let's have a quick look. It seems to be growing quite a lot. It's pretty small though. It's getting very little of the cargo that it needs. Our cargo lines are not very good. Come on. Okay, there we go. I want to check the foods thing. Okay, so if I look at this now, are we upgrading? We are upgrading, I think, right? We need 800, and I think we can do 600. Yeah, we can do a max of 600 food here. So that is coming in. There's a lot of food waiting. So let's quickly see. We never updated our food line, which is not that one, because now it's going even further, and that's a pretty slow little corner that it's doing over there. So now it's really not good enough. Let's quickly manage these vehicles. So if we're saying that we're going to replace these guys, replace these selected vehicles, we're going to go with a new electric wagon, something that's a little quicker, probably multiple trains instead of just the one. So let's do that guy. We're We're going to go with a nice bright foodie kind of color, green. And then we're going to go with cargo wagons for food, right? It's the boxcar. It's not the gondola, it's the boxcar. So at the moment we're running 12 wagons, and I'm not necessarily thinking more than 12 wagons though. But let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, no, 12. 12 it is, and what we'll do is we'll replace like this, right, at 156, we'll replace them, and we will clone them, so we'll double what's running on this. Whether this, we've got the capacity on this line to do with that, I have no idea, but hopefully we'll move things through a little quicker now. This guy should be able to fill up completely over here. We're actually losing stuff as much as is going over there. So now we'll hopefully start moving way more stuff here. How's this going? We should probably, you know what we should do? Let's configure this station and let's go ahead and add like 3 of these so they stop bothering each other. Okay, I think that is okay. Ooh, actually, we can't just do that. Okay, sorry, that's not quite what I had in mind. So, what we would like to do, I just probably didn't need to do all of them. So if we do that, okay, now we need a platform, a cargo platform, so we'll every time with the cargo platforms, every time, without fail, we have that thing happen. Okay, that one's running in there. Now we'll get the tracks going. We'll run that one in there. So now, we should be able to maximize capacity through here a fair bit. So as soon as this guy gets out of the way, why is it so empty? I didn't think there was an issue with this. Oh! Why is our rate that high? Is it because the speed has popped up so much? That is almost awkward. Almost awkward. Okay, get out of here. And then we'll quickly redo this. Perfect. No, before you get in again. Let's quickly fix that. Okay, so we'll do that. This is all high-speed stuff, right? And if we do maybe that instead, and then we'll just do switches. How am I gonna... Okay, let's not do that. Let's do from here into there. Actually, let's do from here into there, and from here into there, okay, and then on the way out, hang on, what's the best way to kind of do this thing? Let's quickly trim them all back. So I would like it to go into all. Is it just a matter of a switch, but it's going to be like a double switch? Okay, let's just try this again. So let's do that in there, okay, and you know what? Maybe we'll trim it right there, okay. So from here we'll say, well, tie you in there. We don't need you to come in there at like rapid speed. So we'll just do something like this, and then from here we'll tie you out. It makes a big bottleneck, so I'm not too fond of that approach. I'd rather do this. Let's try. Okay, let's bring this out again. So this, I'm in two minds as to how we deal with this. Yes, maybe now I know what I'm going to do here. We'll do that. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll run a double switch through. through here, but then we need to run that back, right? So actually we don't want this. We want this guy to tie in here. Yeah, let's do that. Like 60 is fine. We'll extend this a little bit, and all we need to do is run a switch in here. Like so, and we'll tie that up here. That's fine. So now you can come in. You can't get into that one though. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to just do a double switch like that. There we go. And now everything should work. What I just need us to do though is make sure that all of these have their own little piece. So they go to, let's manage this line. At Gainsborough Sidings, I would like you to please go to number 2. And here is the mug food line. I would like to manage you, and you at Gainsborough Sidings can please go to number 3. So now we've got one for each of them, and that's perfectly good. Now it should have a little bit more capacity through there. Guys, I am going to call that the end of the episode. We have continued to make strides. We haven't made that much more money. We are slowly... This needs to change. This definitely needs to change. It's really poor. We're just making use of the existing infrastructure, but really what we need to do is potentially even run this guy up here instead. If we run that train up there, it'll be much, much better. We're just at the moment just trying to make use of more of the stuff that we have available. Stuff's being moved, food's being moved on some other line. Where's this food trying to go to? Mug CGD food. Okay, yeah, that does make sense. And Chaos Grad, is it getting all the stuff that it needs? Look at these numbers. Look at these numbers. Over 1,000. This city is growing big time. We're really feeding it. We're really feeding the beast at the moment. And I still want us to continue to get rid of those little piece roads. They keep building these roads back, and I just don't want them there. So what I can, however, do is I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to say, well, buddies, just give me a little something like that to just block that guy from happening again. Again, there it goes. Pop that one out. Gonna just do a little something like this to kind of block it from happening right over there. That's kind of the intention here. If we block those two off, hopefully there won't be any funny business. That one's tied into that again. It's really awkward that it grows into that direction. Just go to the other side and start growing over there. Similarly, we've got some weird stuff going on over here that I don't like. Don't want any of these. No, don't do them. I don't want them. Even that one I don't want. Oh, this one just continues to build all kinds of weird crap on this stuff. Difficult to manage it. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. If you've got some ideas for us and things you would like us to improve and further develop in our next episode, please let me know in the comments, or better yet on the Discord if you haven't joined it already. In the description of the video down below there would be a link for you to also join our Discord, which is going through some changes and some revamps at the moment, so it could be quite interesting over the next couple of days. Anyway, see you next time. Bye bye.